What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Nxtgen 720. I'm with two of my bros, pretty close friends of mine. You know, both of these guys came out the closet, and I'm still their friend. They told me they was, one's a giver, one's a taker. Homosexuals, and I love them dearly. Um, anyway, it was showstopper and a crap gamer. We decided to do a little show. A lot of great Microsoft news. You know what I mean? We're gonna give a certain YouTuber a chance to, as soon as we do this, we'll give him a chance to make another video about us. We sit back and laugh at niggas that got faces like roaches. Bugs like your face, motherfucker. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Let's make it happen. Hey, Crap, start off the show. Now, what's going on? Who did Microsoft just acquire? Talk to me, man.
Okay, Microsoft just acquired a very high-end performance cloud computing vendor called Green Button.
Wait, hold up, go. That's live there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go. That's all right. Actually,
okay. So what they did was acquire a high-performance cloud computing firm called Green Button, and these guys are the ones that they specialize in cloud rendering and cloud computing for Pixar animation studios. So they do a lot of this high-end graphical technology through the cloud and rendering through their firm, and Microsoft went and bought them outright and are going to implement them as early as next week into their Azure cloud servers. They're really a high-end on-demand solution for compute-intensive workloads. So basically, like a lot of people, like the cloud is dedicated servers and it's all those things, but what Microsoft Cloud does is it allows for like cloud computing, and this is like the top of the line firm for that, like the actual cloud computing and doing the computing in the cloud. That's what this company is all about. That's what these Green Button does, and that's what they're known for. And Microsoft outright bought them today.
So they're going to be actual Pixar type? Are they hiring them for games, or is this for media and movie? What's going on?
It's for it's going to be for everything. It's going to be for mobile. It's going to be for gaming. It's going to be for everything because Microsoft believes in that whole, their whole spiel now is one cloud for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
one device.
Yeah, so it's going to be for mobile, it's going to be for gaming, it's going to be for everything, and this is just like a real feather in the cap, like, because this is the top of the line right here.
Oh, crap. You know why you get so much hate? This motherfucker, that's a real feather in the cap. Yo. Hey, I swear to God, he's a Microsoft fanboy.
It is. I mean, come on. I mean, what?
He said it's a feather in the cap.
It is. It's a feather in the cap, man.
Yeah, but no, but how much, did they say how much they acquired them for? Like, did they?
It doesn't say how much they acquired them for. It just got passed along, according to the Windows Azure blog, that it announced that they acquired them, and they're from New Zealand, and it says undisclosed amount. But it says their offerings will begin to be integrated into Azure immediately.
Do they say how much the company was worth?
It doesn't say.
How long has this company been around?
Let's see.
Or did they say any projects that they may have worked on? Is something us as gamers may have known, or anything that how long have they been around? Know anything about them?
Yeah.
They must have been good at what they do because Microsoft just doesn't go buy anyone anything.
That's it. It's just basically this little blurb.
Top-notch people.
It was basically in a blog from Azure, right? So there's not a whole lot known on it, but obviously they're well known in the industry for their ease of use and things like that. So it's a pretty big move for Microsoft because they're pushing the cloud pretty heavy, and a lot of people want to see stuff used. I would have speculated that something like this might help them show off more demos, gaming-related demos, and maybe even some kind of their own kind of streaming service. They could be used for anything really. We know they're going to do their own shows. They're going to do cloud computing on Xbox One and Windows and mobile and all that stuff. So it could be for anything.
Oh well, actually, let me shoot this disclaimer out right now. Now, because I know right now in the comment section, what did it have to do with gaming? You Sony fucking pony was jumping. Sony got to deal with rack space. Sony got to deal with rack space. You know what I mean? So, this right here. They was screaming that was especially Jabari, pony ass, was screaming that rack space shit, and Sony was going to have dedicated gaming service for all their games too. Bullshit. But
They rent from or Sony rents from Rackspace.
yeah, but they were going on, they was, when Microsoft said, that they would give developers access, to have, they can have dedicated, game, servers for all those games. Those ponies is running around and was saying, oh well, Sony's doing the same thing. They got to deal with Rackspace. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, this is the problem, all right? Unless you own your own server data farm like Microsoft or Amazon, you're not allowed to do server-side computation from these things. So you could run a dedicated server for a video game, true, if you rented a server, and that's expensive, but you can't do server-side computations unless you own the servers. Sony rents from Rackspace. And also I'll point out that Microsoft in Iowa is putting up a brand new like $1.2 billion data farm for new servers.
With data centers, data farm. I had an article back at E3, and it was somebody tried to say that Sony, these fucking ponies again, was saying that with Microsoft with the whole good Kai thing, and I was trying to say that's not really, the Azure thing is about. Microsoft has whole data centers. Like, at the time, there were 1 million. There were 1 million servers under Google. They had passed. I believe it was Amazon, or it might be saying them wrong. If there was a 1 million under Amazon, who? I don't know if Amazon or Google who has the most. Whoever had the most, Microsoft was 1 million under them.
Yeah, it was Amazon that had the most.
Are you sure it's not Google? It's Amazon. But
I believe it's Amazon.
Google, but I'm sorry if it's not. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't read the article in a while. But whoever had the most, Microsoft was 1 million under them, and they were saying they look at the past them by this year. So they said they put up another data center. It said Iowa, so that right there is probably going to put them over the top right there alone. This is huge. Microsoft, but as far as this cloud shit, let me say it again, and I don't think people really get how big that is. Imagine going to your grandmother's house, or your auntie's house, or your boyfriend's house, or your ex-husband's house, whoever, and having access to everything that you have on your own personal computer at any computer you go to. You know how fucking huge that is?
Well, that's the future, and that's what Microsoft sees. I mean, if you look at why Microsoft is continuing to be successful as a company, it's because they're forward-thinking. And their new CEO is all about the cloud. He helped design Xbox Live. He works on the cloud. Obviously, all these things are going to be connected and off each other. Like, I have a Windows phone, and I have the OneDrive stuff, and they gave me like a free 100 extra gigs or whatever when I signed up for that. So it's nice to be able to have access to my pictures. All my uploads from Xbox One are in the cloud. So I can get those. I can get those on my phone, on a tablet. I can get those anywhere I want, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that's
the beautiful thing that Microsoft is doing is taking away the disk thing. You know what I'm saying? It's no need to have this traveling with you, going over to your friends or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You have just you going over to your friend's house or wherever you go.
Hey, look, John Doe's in the comments section.
That is sweet.
Everybody say hi to John Doe.
Hey, Doe, what's up, Doe?
Hey, what's up, man? Get your funky ass, nigga.
Go wash your toes.
Yeah, you're trying to call John Doe.
Yeah, for like 4 days, man. Nigga ain't been picking up his phone, man. Like I'm the bill collector. Let me stop. We gotta stop. We got a YouTube stalker, man. He calls up the rent collector or some shit. That little nigga that little ashy ass nigga like the devil in a hot sauce bottle, man. I roast that nigga. He ain't ready for prime time. I'm telling him, man. You better fall back before you fall back, man.
No.
Red having ass nigga. But anyway, I'm sorry. Back to the show. What's going on?
Okay, so yeah, they have that worked out. Let's see, what else did we want to talk? Oh, there was some big news about Sony today.
Okay, what's going on with Sony?
They're projecting.
A lot of Sony going on.
Yeah, they're projecting 200 million more in losses than they originally forecasted. So what is like 1.2 billion total in losses? That's a.
Oh shit. Yeah, I was talking a bit about this earlier, but put that in the grand scheme of things. I really, I'm gonna say this right, and I think, and I don't give a fuck who you're a fan of. That's a major loss. You know what I mean? I understand they sold well, Sony said they're getting out of the hardware department, period. They sold the PC part, you know what I mean, division, that's gone. And I guess the parts that they already, paid for, you know what I mean, they still had to pay for them shits, you know what I mean, whatever signed a contract, whatever parts, whatever they make for their laptops. But the thing is, that's why last year, Sony's investors, and a certain YouTuber talking about what Sony and Microsoft invested when they get rid of the Xbox brand. I don't know where the fuck they said that Microsoft was looking to sell the Xbox brand. I don't know why the fuck they keep saying that. But that's why Sony investors wanted them to break the company up, get rid of the shit that's not making money, and some of them wanted them to sell the PlayStation brand because it is profitable. Okay, I'm blowing your eye, you know what I mean? And the problem with Sony thing, the company is one whole company, nothing's split up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the movies are losing money, Sony's losing money, you know what I mean? Even though PlayStation brand is profitable, they make money on that, but it's not enough money to keep the company afloat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why the investors wanted them to get rid of, a lot of the excess fat, you know what I mean? Get rid of that shit, but it is what it is, man. Because anybody maybe be in trouble getting sold shit, it may be PlayStation, man. It ain't Microsoft.
Well, I was reading in an article today that Kazurai even said they got offers for their TV division, and they're contemplating those offers. So they could be out of, basically the PlayStation and their new HUD housing would be the only thing they have left.
Like I told you, shout out to White Boy Thor. White Boy Thor said, White Boy Thor, shout out to Thor. They said that Microsoft, that Samsung is heavily into acquiring Sony. Now, I looked at that, according to Forbes, they only got, I think they worth as a company as a whole, I think it's about $15.5 billion. If Samsung wanted to, they can hit those motherfuckers with a hostile takeover and just buy the goddamn company.
Yeah, it's something that could happen. But, I mean, honestly, do you guys see Kaz Hirai surviving all this? I don't really personally see that happening. They put a lot of faith in him to rebuild Sony, not to tear it apart, and they're selling off things left and right. I just don't see him surviving within the next year or so.
But you know how many fucking big wigs Sony got to pay? They got the boss of the movie department, boss of the music department, boss of the motherfucking PlayStation department. Like all these are multi-million-dollar positions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, Sony got a lot of big wigs on that motherfucker, man. It's sad to say though. Like again, no one's rooting for Sony to close their doors.
Oh, definitely not, man. I think that'd be bad.
When we say this, report this, they curse us the fuck out like we making this news up, like we run a line on Sony. I've been saying this shit for the last 8 months. About that's the reason why
consistently.
I'm not trying to get I'm a psychic. I've been saying this shit about Sony about far as their financial situation for at least 8 months. And what? And people just think it's just the PlayStation, just bigger than just PlayStation. You know what I mean? The PlayStation brand does not make enough money, does not generate enough money to keep the doors open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, they sold 7 million fucking units, but they didn't make any money off the motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, what their overhead is really high for the PlayStation 4. Yeah, so it's like, and they're not, and they weren't making, they should have kept the iToy bundled or whatever it was, because they would have made a little bit of a profit off of that.
They made a lot of profit.
Not only that, just look at the people complaining about the light bar on the PlayStation 4 and it drains batteries, and it's basically a useless thing because it doesn't have the camera bundled in. And it's basically whenever you if you look at your PlayStation 4 controller, that's basically a reminder of what isn't there. Yeah, what you're supposed to have, what was supposed to be bundled in all along, and now you don't have it. You know what I mean? I think that's just like kind of a slap in the face. You know what I mean? It's like.
But you know what the funny thing is? They bought that camera anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, look, people were gonna buy the PlayStation 4 regardless if it was $50, $60, $70 more than it is right now. They were gonna still buy it because they did such a good job at being fear mongers about Microsoft and how they were trying to take your rights and things like that, you know what I mean? So they were still gonna, believe it or not, I still get people asking me if you can buy used games on the Xbox One. You know what I mean? So some of that can be attributed to Sony and their negative ad campaigns and things like that.
They did though, honestly, just think about it, and Sony would really look like a good guy if they would have they'd have sold the PlayStation 4 at $500, included the camera, and included 1 year as a PlayStation Plus. $500 right there alone. So they still, you know what I mean, they really don't think that. They give us a free, PlayStation Plus, Mike, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. But they could have put the camera in, still sold it $500. So I remember Sony announced the price, and Kojima from Konami was like, he's surprised it was. You know,
hey,
it was
just
so
imagine all the trashy people that could be shooting their own porns if they had cameras included in every single one. I mean, that'd be crazy.
Because that's all they got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. They be on that PSN at the dark, boy, clowning. You know what I'm saying? hey, it remind me of that song, The Freaks Come Out at Night. Freaks come out at night.
You're right, though. I mean, it's not like, you know.
How many of us have them? Let's be. This is serious. But no, you know, they were so busy trying to undercut Microsoft. You know, the crazy shit is, though, honestly, though, I'm not saying that Microsoft don't look at it as Sony as a competitor, but the move that Microsoft is making, they're really trying to dominate your living room.
Hey, yeah. If you notice something, like, and I read an article, somebody pointed this article out to me, is where Microsoft looks at their real competition as Apple and Google, and not Sony at all. They must not think Sony has, you know, like, I'm sure they're like, you know, they maybe want to sell some more consoles, obviously, but they're not looking at Sony as being in competition with them long term or big picture. You know what I mean?
They probably don't think Sony's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, they probably don't. I mean, if you think of it, what's Sony's end game if they get rid of their TV and stuff like that? Consoles aren't, as we know it, aren't going to be there forever like that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something else, where Microsoft has this big cloud future already building up to have like this big cloud infrastructure. Sony has nothing like that. You know what I mean? So what are they going to do?
I had a motherfucker today. I bullshit you not, man. Shout out to Credo Jones. This motherfucker, oh damn, Showstopper left. Me sending a Showstopper another link. Motherfucker said to me today, Credo Jones, that you know when I did the video, when I did the video on Sony losing the money, and he said to me, "Don't worry, because soon Spider-Man comes out, it's going to turn around for Sony." I said, bro, Spider-Man may make $1 billion. That's not going to, you know, they need a lot more than being $1 billion. And I'm going to say that I know I sound like a broken record, but 9 years ago, Sony was worth $135 billion.
Yeah.
They have not turned a profit in 9 years. And I'm just being honest, I don't think that Morpheus is going to succeed. Not saying I'm willing to fail, but you know me, I'm a faggot that likes gadgets. I want to pick one up. That's just me. And, you know, they making peripherals patents to check your saliva, some shit for a toupee, and like, oh, it's more, you know, I don't know what the fuck going on with that, but
you know, it's like the add-ons. They start with the add-ons pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's like with Oculus Rift 2. Did you see there's like some treadmill that you have to buy with it if you want to like walk or whatever? I don't know. It's like
yeah, I saw that last shit. If you're playing first person, you can really walk around and shit. First-person shooters. That's right. I think they should. Like,
I wonder who came up with that idea. This toupee, man, this wig.
I don't know.
That I mean, I wonder what kind of meeting that was. I know that was must see. I mean, I'd love to have been in that meeting. You know what I'm saying? And that just went over great.
Did you hear piece? Listen, this is not for those that don't know. This ain't no troll shit. This is some real live shit. A real live patent they got going on. They fucking patent some false teeth and some toupee. Like I don't know what the fuck going on with Sony, man. Maybe
they thinking people with some science experiments or something.
I don't know. I don't want to put nothing in my mouth, no homo for when I'm playing no game. And that's the farthest thing away from my mind. Stick this in my mouth. Yeah, but hey, crap, do you got any good Sony news? What's going on with DriveClub?
Good Sony news?
Did you say what? Did you say something happened with DriveClub or something? Did they promise people for gold?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Originally, when DriveClub was announced, and we should get into the whole frames per second gate. Yeah. That's what I'm calling it, FPS gate, because none of these Sony exclusive retail games can get above 30 frames per second, and that's a problem. You know? I think it's due to weak hardware. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a minute. All right. this whole, the DriveClub game was the
He just
DriveClub.
took a shot.
The DriveClub game, when it was originally supposed to launch, it was going to be a launch title for the PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah.
And it was going to include a voucher. If you bought the physical copy of the game, you were going to get a 50% off PlayStation Plus discount for a year if you bought this. Now, when they're releasing it, all these like a year later, they're not going to do that at all. Not only that, but originally, if you were a PlayStation Plus member, you were going to get a light version of the game, but still almost the full game. Now you're going to get 5 tracks and 10 cars, and that's it if you're PlayStation
That's
Plus.
a glorified demo.
Yeah, so you're basically getting a demo. Have you guys noticed the quality change from PlayStation Plus on PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4? It's not even worth the $50 a year, in my opinion.
Yeah. They don't have
Especially not with all these 1,000 indies they got coming to this.
Yeah, I'd wipe my ass with that PlayStation Plus subscription. I'd be like, wow, thanks.
Hey man, you guys are fucking Sony haters, man. Listen, everybody in the audience, right? It don't be me, it be these 2 X-Fags, man.
Hey, you know you over here with us, bro. Quit playing.
Yeah,
you let everybody tell it we some X-Fags.
Okay. Okay, your name is Maya what? Your sister? Okay, all right. You done now? All right, co-host. So anyway, she don't Chris Bosh you. I'll be one. Yeah, she didn't Chris Bosh. I really wanted to take the show in this direction, but it is what it is, man. It'd be these 2 X-Fags, man.
Yeah. Hey, but don't you think that's a little bit like anti-consumer to like take that off or something?
No, this is called anti not being broke. They ain't trying to be broke, man. That's what they need. Listen, Sony needs money, man. I'm just being real. In all honesty, though, I think honestly what they got really jacked because they probably kicking themselves in the ass about that DRM. You know what I mean? And being real. And not again, like I said, I never had a problem with the DRM because I don't trade games. I ain't with that shit, you know what I mean? But I seen the upside. But they gave me games that cheaper, like I told you guys before. Do away with used games, you know what I mean? I'm just being real. Why do you think games are so cheap on PC, on Steam? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because they don't have to deal with used games. And I said again, look how many fucking developers we have lost last generation. Midway is gone. Atari's just about gone. THQ is gone. The motherfuckers that did what do you call that shit? LA Noir. Rockstar Publisher, that's not who made it. They fucked up, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's imagine, like I said, it's bad too. It's not bad, but these games, right? Well, they take a game like Assassin's Creed, 1,000 people make that game. You got these big budget, big blockbuster titles, right? And not only is Ubisoft competing against Activision, for your $60, they're also competing against GameStop, the motherfucker that's selling their merchandise. You know what I mean? So here it is. I'm going to sell my Assassin's Creed brand new for $60, but GameStop is going to sell the same copy for $45 used or $55 used. Ubisoft gets none of that money. Where, like I said, if Sony just would have hopped on board, but Sony was going to do it. You know what I mean? So fuck with the game was not going to play no games. It is what it is. Like I don't have a problem. People have a problem with DRM on PC. I mean, I guess the silliest shit ever. You know what I mean? People worship the ground Steam walks on. That's nothing but DRM. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's it to say this, but you know how much money that would have been in Sony pockets? You know how many fucking used copies I've seen of fucking the Infamous and Killzone and that fucking GameStop? I'm just being real. Like, you know what I mean? That motherfucker probably slapping Jack Trick in the back. Get your white ass out of here. They probably get that motherfucker to boot. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like, he really fucking shot him in the foot. You're trying to undercut Microsoft. Like, you end up really fucking yourself with this whole DRM thing and slashing the price to $400. Like you really fucking, you took the latest money yourself, man,
Hey, you want to know one of the things that hurt Sony in the long run, too, that I was reading about today was their backing a Blu-ray disc.
Oh, yes.
They spent so much money promoting this Blu-ray disc, and I was talking to Showstopper about it earlier, like before we started.
Very much.
Yeah, so they won this format war at a time when format is about to go away. So they invested all this money in the Blu-ray, and especially in Europe and these other parts of the world that have really good internet, they're not buying Blu-ray discs at all. Yeah, they're all going digital. Everybody's using Netflix and all this stuff. Sony is taking a complete bath on this stuff. It's like that's really why a long time ago, when Steve Jobs was still alive, and Apple was really catching on and getting to be really big again, and they were asking him if he was going to ever use Blu-ray drives or anything or Blu-ray discs, and he said no. And he really put it down and said it's not future thinking at all, using a Blu-ray drive or a Blu-ray disc, and they would never use it, and they have it.
Like, you know what the problem is, though, honestly? I just talked about it in my earlier video. Oh, this little girl driving me crazy. What? My daddy shooting you. What you want? I don't have your glasses, baby. Anyway, go in your room. Here, you broke them. Tell your mom to fix them. Daddy can't fix them. You can see. I can't fix them. So let's check it out. So anyway, you take it like this. Blu-ray. Now, like I said, DVD out, it replaced the VCR. VHS. When did all the cable TV shit went digital? Was it about 3 years, 4 years ago? Take a look at my grandmother, right? Even though she, every TV in the house is a flat screen, they don't sell regular TVs. She didn't give a fuck about a Blu-ray player. If they want to make Blu-rays more affordable, make all Blu-ray movies $15, then drop DVDs down to $10. I'm just being real. People don't really really care. Like, I'm gonna pay $25, $30 for this movie. I get the same movie for $15. That's double the fucking price for the same goddamn movie. You know what I mean? To me, they should make all the price is too fucking expensive. You know what I mean? It's not just saying because of the patent. Because trust me, that patent been out years and years and years ago. You know what I mean? That's not nothing new, but they really are. They did take a hit, man.
I'll add on to that too. Like, I bought my parents a Blu-ray player for Christmas last year, and it was one that had like Netflix and all that stuff on it too. They used the Netflix. They never used the damn Blu-ray player ever. And if they do, they use DVDs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, regular DVDs.
Yeah, they buy the little $5 DVDs at Walmart and watch that shit on there. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know what I mean?
I like Blu-ray, but I like gadgets and shit. I don't buy regular DVDs anymore. If I'm gonna buy a movie, it's gonna be a Blu-ray. But you know what I've been doing, which I never thought I saw myself doing. This generation, I'm really going over digital. I tell you guys all the time. I don't even go to Best Buy anymore on Tuesday to get movies. I buy them all digitally on my Xbox, on my PS4.
Yeah.
I really have went digital. Like, That's it's the real shit. I can see me, probably 2 years from now, I can probably see me being straight digital. You know what I mean?
Well, do you see how good this will be, though, right? Like, there's this ultraviolet stuff, right, where it stores your movies in the cloud, basically, so you could access it on any damn thing you want.
Exactly. And shout out to Deadshot, the guy interviewed from.
And one thing that's gonna be real nice though, with just what everything might. Can y'all hear me? Hey.
Here you go. Here you go. What is it?
Because she doesn't need a whole honey bun.
Okay, what's going? They're gonna grind shit. Everybody, I'm sorry, but what? Go back in your room. Here, man, Jesus Christ! Thank you. Close the door. You going out? You coming in, standing, and going out. But like Voodoo, shout out to Deadshot. He gave me, when you buy a Blu-ray movie, it come with all these codes in the back of the your movies, whatever. And he gave me like 60 fucking movies, and I've been fucking. Once you do the alter, redeem the code, they give you an option when you want to watch them at, and I put them all in Voodoo, and I got all those movies on my Xbox One now. I got a hell of fucking movies, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, really, it's dope shit, man.
Hey, I got a little bit more information about this Green Button company. They've been around since 2006. All right, and then let's see. Green Button allows industries that need large amounts of compute power, science, engineering, media, finance, etc., to more easily use the cloud to run their compute-intensive workloads. No recording required to do this. The company has developed a number of integrations with existing software products that allow them to offload their compute-intensive workloads to the cloud completely. The service currently supports the likes of blah, 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 Pixar, which uses NVIDIA as well, Mental Ray out of the box, SDKs. They've been around since 2006, and then you click on this Pixar RenderMan On Demand, and it says, "Welcome to RenderMan On Demand, Pixar's cloud-based rendering service, part of the largest render farm in the world. RenderMan On Demand brings Pixar render man to the cloud, scale up to hundreds of thousands of cores instantly. So basically, because when you're doing Pixar animation, it takes a lot of computing power, right? So you need these massive computers and really high-tech computers to do this, or you can do it completely in the cloud, which is what a lot of people do and what Pixar does now. So this is that whole thing. Microsoft bought this company that does all of this stuff. So it's really going to help out. A feather in the cap, if you will.
He said a feather in the cap. All right, so damn. Okay, so what else we got going on? Talk about this tablet. I heard that Microsoft was making a gaming tablet.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
You start like computer love again, Showstopper. You there, Showstopper?
Showstopper. Man, he's got some bad internet or something, man.
I mean, that's why I ain't talking. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound like
we kind of hear you. Showstopper.
Showstopper, no! No!
Damn, this would never happen if we had John Doe.
Yeah, shit, man. But what's going on with this gaming tablet?
Okay, so it looks like they're making an Xbox Surface tablet, like a 7-inch tablet, and the thing looks like it has some pretty impressive specs.
Yeah, I see. What is 14 output at 1440p?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it would be cool if they would allow you to use like your Xbox One controller or something like that to use it. I mean, I'd get that. That thing looks pretty awesome.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I think that DirectX 12 would play a bit
of a
role in this too.
Yeah.
What's up, Showstopper? Welcome back, bro.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, now what you were saying?
I was saying that what they could do is with DirectX 12 and
allow you okay, I'm here. Yeah, it's this tech. That's why I'm being quiet, man. It's a lot of technical difficulty.
Okay, all right, but that's cool.
Well, anyway, DirectX 12 will allow them to easily port stuff from like PC or phones.
Yeah, they did say mobile. Now it's starting to make sense. They were saying, one more thing, why the fuck was DirectX 12 on a mobile platform? Now it's coming out that Microsoft was doing these are some smart motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking to myself, so they said DirectX 12 and, with mobile, and it mentioned mobile. Like, damn, what the fuck? They need DirectX on a mobile device. But,
yeah, they are.
Yeah, but, as far as, I was really big in the tablet. I got fucking 19 tablets of bullshit, you not. If you can use your Xbox One controller and sync it to it or some shit like that, I'll be all for it.
Oh, I would too. I mean, that would be awesome, I think. And not only that, they said they can port some games like from PC or whatever to that thing in like 24 hours. It takes like a day. So it's like literally like no time at all to sit there and turn around and port something to it. So I think that's awesome. Hello?
Yeah, we are here.
Oh, you guys all there?
Yeah, it's just man. Every time I talk, man, I get the Roger. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting voice bombed.
Yeah, we hear you now though.
Yeah.
I don't hear.
What
I don't
in
hear
the world going on? And I keep trying to talk. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's passing. It's spreading wealth, man. It's gonna pass on the next gen. It's got to be Google Hangout.
Oh, here. Let's see what some of the people in the comment section are saying. Showstopper sound like a poltergeist. Real talk. Hey, look, there's HKE. Well, what up, fat gremlin gamer? What's up, you fucking son of a bitch? Let's see here.
Oh my goodness. What's up, fellas?
Day Tripper says make porn games for their VR headset. That will save them. I have to agree.
You know what? That sure would, because they some freaks over there.
Oh, they are, man. I mean, look at some of that shit. That whole Japanimation thing is just basically like half-naked, weird-looking animation.
Hey, man, I'm telling you.
Crazy.
Hey, that PSN at the dark is just the wildest stuff ever, man.
Let's see. Omagazio. He's doing some heavy damage control. They are still going through restructuring. Restructuring my ass, man. They're broke.
They retooling, bro. That's what they're doing.
They're retooling by let's see what they've done. They've closed down businesses. They've closed 20 retail stores, sold off 3 buildings, sold off their PC market, closed developers, laid off developers, had developers quit, got into HUD housing, They're about to sell off. They're about to sell off their TV division. Yeah, that's.
Hey, you know what? That HUD housing gonna work though, bro.
Oh
For
yeah,
real.
dude. Because
You know, I mean, listen, they can sell a lot of PlayStations with them HUD houses.
yeah.
It comes free with a console. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They gonna fly off the shelves.
Hey, look though, we actually got a legit question from somebody better. He says, "What are your guys' projection on how long Sony will last, and do you think somebody will buy them out?"
Oh yeah, it might be. I don't think they're gonna buy them out. You know what I'm saying? I think Sony, they trying to save the Sony brand, which I hope they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Sony going anywhere. I mean, I know we trolling, but we trolling the fanboys.
Yeah.
But I don't really want Sony going anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either, because if you look at what Microsoft is doing, they're listening to what people are wanting, and they're trying to improve their platform based on the competition. So yeah, I think that definitely Sony sticking around is a good thing, but I'm just like you. I troll the fans because I get a kick out of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
get a kick out of it too.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? But Sony going anywhere, I can't really think about them like going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I want them to stay. You know, hopefully they can salvage at least the PlayStation brand, which I think they're gonna move in that direction. That's why the Gaikai service and everything is there. You know what I'm saying? They moving away from probably hardware into just streaming games and having that type of gaming experience instead of spending a whole lot of money into another console. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but it's like you cannot put all your eggs in one basket for just console gaming, because what's going to happen in 10, 15 years, you know what I mean? You don't know. You know, that might be totally irrelevant. You're going to need some kind of hardware. Like Microsoft is banking on doing all their stuff and services through the cloud, and they always have Windows and things like that. Sony, if they get rid of everything, what are they going to have as far as income? How are they going to make money? You know what I mean?
So them probably, you know, putting out, you know, new games, you know, through, and then you can rent them. I just see them going that direction, you know.
Yeah.
And getting out of the hardware altogether. One thing with Microsoft is they use 3 different things. They use cloud computing, you know, then your local, and then your the stuff that's in your console. So they're using all that, you know, the compute, like the CPU and the CPU in the cloud and all that little stuff. So they're using a lot of that to as their architecture. So I can't see them getting away from hardware yet, because they still need hardware right now.
Yeah, like say they might, you know, maybe they are going to come out with one more console after the Xbox One, but they could be thinking the Xbox One's going to last an even longer time, like, and they could still support it and another console as well, because as internet gets better and the cloud computing gets better, I mean, that thing could seriously, I mean, that's not bullshit that it can be stronger than say an actual piece of hardware, you know what I'm saying? And that's the impressive part to me, whereas the PlayStation 4 wasn't built like that. So when I say the Xbox One has more upside, that's what I mean by it. Like with the cloud, it's real. I mean, people need to realize that cloud computing isn't just some made up thing. It's 100% real, and the people that just think that it's a buzzword are like don't understand, you know.
The cloud, the power of the cloud.
Exactly. Hey, there he is. Welcome back. We were holding shit down, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They don't spread the wealth over to you. You start acting up.
What happened? What happened?
I was sounding like Roger, then you just started muffling, and then you went out.
Oh, see, my wife punched me in the jaw.
See, you sounding like it right now a little bit.
Yo, she saw like Ron's video about me cheating on my wife taking these dick pills. She said, "Where's these dick pills?" And punched me in the face just now.
Hey, Terrence Richmond says, "What do you guys think about Sony? Sony got 1,000 indies coming out."
I think it's dog shit. No, seriously.
Dude, I had Sony fans come to me on Twitter and say, "Hey, I'm not down with all those indies all the time, man. Bring some real games out."
No, it'd be wrong, right? Hold on, I'm sorry. Ain't not like a homemade burger. You know, beef. I just
sound like Samuel, man. That is a tasty burger.
Don't sit down. What do you want? Sit down. What do you want?
Dobby Muffin.
Dobby Muffin, go watch in your room. Hey, I don't have any muffin on in here.
It's in my room.
Well, who's in your room? Jesus Christ. Let's get your hands to that deal. What mommy doing? What mommy ass? Say, what ass, daddy? Come here. All right, come here. All right, come here. Come here. Come here, right here. Tell everybody in the world. Say, what mommy ass?
Mommy
I said, stop messing with us, Chanel. Man, you just antagonize her. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. Now, again, what was this show I'm talking about? These indies. I don't care about indies. What channel's McDolphin on, Chanel? I don't care for indie. I mean, they're okay, some of them, but I want AAA games. And Sony said out of their own mouth, they heavy on these indies, you know what I mean? Because they can sell 5,000 copies and be profitable.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Sony fans are banking on all these exclusives like they had last generation. It's not going to happen.
Hey, you know what I said? Compare the exclusives that the Vita is getting, and that's kind of how the PlayStation 4 is going to be. The Vita gets these ports, and that's what the PlayStation 4 is going to get, HD remakes from last gen, indies, and the occasional exclusive. Look at the Vita. It's not getting these big exclusives, and neither is the PlayStation 4.
They don't have it.
They don't have the money. It's not happening. Hey,
hey, everybody, say hi to Worry Wart, man. You know he up in the air right now. Hey, what's up, Worry Wart?
What's up, Worry Wart?
He said, do you think the Xbox One will ever have voice chat with people on the 360?
That's John Doe's department. He's struggling. He's camping out in Redmond, Washington right now, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Oh, my goodness.
As I was saying, I think a lot of Sony fans are going to be mistaken this year. Not saying that Sony won't have any great games, but they're not going to have all those exclusives like they had last generation. They can't afford it. And these are not my words. This is coming from Mark Cerny and Jack Trenton. You there?
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was just reading some of these comments. This Omagazio guy says we're wrong about PlayStation Now replacing the next console, PlayStation console. He says PlayStation Now.
I don't know if PlayStation Now is going to replace it, but Sony said themselves, little bro, that they want to get out their hardware department.
He says PlayStation Now is only the Netflix of gaming, but I would say this: On Live was that, and what happened with that? I mean.
Yeah, I don't like that again. Now, what they want you to, it's going to run over the cloud. You know what I mean? You stream it, which is all that cool, but you're paying for shit that are already paid for. So what stops them from putting new games? Here's the thing. Here's the question now. What stopped them from putting new games on the service? I would think that'd be Epic. Now, I'm not going to pay a subscription every month for the place of old games. I don't give a fuck about those games. I don't suffer from nostalgia.
Yeah, because hey, if people wanted to do that, they could have done that before with On Live and Gaikai before, and nobody used these things.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna do that well.
Hey, but what happens? Like, all right, imagine this. All right, take us to E3, and Microsoft says, hey, and I know you don't like backwards compatibility or care next gen, but say that Microsoft comes to the stage and say, hey, you're gonna be able to, with an update, you're gonna be able to put your disc into the Xbox One and emulate 360. And if you already own the disc, there's no need to buy it again or rent it or anything. That's a huge win.
Yeah, it is.
That's a slap. That's like them going straight up to Sony and smacking them in the fucking face and saying, "Your move, you Japs." You know what I mean?
I want to think. Just think about both of you guys. Think about it, Blow Bros. As far as PlayStation Plus now, I'm just being real. Just all honesty, PlayStation Now, if they want, makes the PlayStation 4 irrelevant. I'm just saying that they can put the PlayStation Now on the PlayStation 3 and fucking stream PS4 games.
Right now, they sure can. Ain't really no difference.
It's the same fucking thing. I will pay for that service if I can rent, new games or something like that. I think that'd be, I don't know, but it takes somebody out their pocket, but that's really the way of the future. I think Sony is just testing the waters as far as these old games. They said they're looking to get out their hardware thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They wasn't even sure if PlayStation, the next console they have, will even be a console. They said it might not even be that.
Yeah, they're looking to like integrate stuff into like TVs or whatever, but who knows if they'll even have a TV to integrate anything with.
I don't know, man. That's like I said, we still see. Any more questions in that motherfucker? Let me refresh my page.
Hey, this one guy, Darian's King or whatever, says, "What do you guys think of Share Factory?"
Who Factory?
Hey man, you know what? I like that. I like that app, man. With them putting Sony Vegas on there, man. That is pretty dope, man. They outdid Xbox on that one. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
To be able to edit, to be able to edit, just like if you was almost as like if you at a computer for real. You know what I'm saying? And you have it from there.
Sony, so that's what's
have you used the Share Factory yet, Zaire?
No, what does it do?
It does everything, man. That thing is dope.
It basically rips off the Upload Studio from Xbox One. Yeah. That's what the new update that PS4 did.
Okay.
So I mean, I haven't seen much on it. But...
So with this here, with the Share Factory, you can edit your videos, right? And you can put them straight on YouTube from your PC.
You can add music to it. You can add thumbnails, everything. You can do everything.
You can do stuff. It's almost exactly like Upload Studio, but I mean, Upload Studio, I think it has it beat in some areas, and I think that PlayStation, like being able to add music right there, or whatever, is cool. But you can't upload it directly to YouTube from.
No, you can't. That's the advantage that.
Listen, I got a question for you guys. You done taught me something new. I didn't know that. Now, what music is this? It can't be your own music. It gotta be music you get from Sony Music Unlimited, right?
Probably.
What's that?
You can't play music on your PS4, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't play this, and it does stop, man. Leave my PC alone. You don't like $12,000 PC, literally.
I don't know, man. You should like download the update and mess with it, and then tell us how it is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I know the PlayStation 4 doesn't play CDs or your own personal MP3s. So if you say you can add music to it, it must be you gotta get the music pass from Sony then.
Might be. I don't know how that is, but
Now here's the thing. So I gotta upload. I go to Sony, like Sony Vegas style. I chop the video up. So what I gotta do? I gotta put it on a thumb drive.
You gotta put it on a thumb drive and then upload it to YouTube.
Why did this one let you upload the motherfucker straight to YouTube?
Well, for the same reason.
I think they beefing with Google or something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for the same reason that Sony, like how they turned off the HCCP deal, right? So you can like cap card, but you have to flip it on and off yourself or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like because they're not good at software. They're not a software company. I mean, if you look
at Elgato right now on my PS4.
Yeah. So, but you have to have it switched to where it's off for gaming, but on for if you want to watch Netflix or something. Like you won't be able to watch Netflix.
So that's dumb as hell. That's really cheap. So
yeah, it's like when I'm
watching a movie, it got to be on.
Yeah, it's got to be on, but then
turn off. That's really fucking stupid. The Xbox automatically knows when there's a
Yeah. Well, Microsoft is software, dude. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
That's the difference, man. That's the difference with the companies. Their strengths is different, man.
Well,
Sony is good at.
All you gotta do is go in the menu setting and just fucking turn it off. You gotta be a
hey, Nxtgen, you know what that is? That's a whole lot of hoof clicking that you're talking about right
there. Lace Ducks just said these ponies clicking their hooves for indies.
They're hoof clicking, bro.
Showstopper knows what's up.
That's my word right there. They do a lot of hoof clicking. That's what's up.
But now on some real shit though, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna say any names. Several big YouTube, but some a couple. I don't really fuck with too many people. But several Sony pro Sony channels and a couple people, that in the community, who's missing me. It's next year. I'm thinking about getting me an Xbox One. I'm not really feeling Sony with all these fucking indies. Like I want games. I'm just being real. Just think about it. You don't really buy a next generation console. You pick up on indies and what you're gonna download on the marketplace. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people that went out and bought the PlayStation 4 at launch was thinking of how it was as far as exclusives on the PlayStation 3. You know what I mean? They think, well, Microsoft really ain't got no exclusive. And I think in those terms, it has switched. That's switched. You know what I mean? Now, Sony, for the most part, you think got the better multiplats, and Microsoft got the better fucking exclusives and more exclusive. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, once the DirectX 12 comes out, it's gonna, it's gonna really fucking blow stable doors off. It's really gonna be some shit around it. But a lot of people are getting fucking Xbox Ones now that were pro Sony people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, eventually, and I said this the other week, is if Microsoft blows the doors down at E3, lowers the price, and matches Sony's at $399, and Sony comes out and lays an egg and just talks up indies and like nothing really
Oh,
killer.
they gonna talk indies.
Yeah,
Still indies.
You best believe them indies gonna get scrolled past our face.
A lot of you motherfuckers here don't keep your word, but I would bet any known YouTuber, whatever the fuck, right now, Sony gonna hit the stage. They're gonna talk about numbers. They're gonna show. We got 100 titles in the works right now. Like they said before, we got 200 titles in the work, but 95 and 185 of them just indie games.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like they were announcing numbers yesterday. Apparently, Warframe is like the #1 download on PS4. It's been downloaded over 1 million times. But it's like, what the hell else do you got?
Yeah, it's free.
It's a free game. You know, it's a shitty free-to-play game. Of course people are going to download it. There's nothing else to play. Yeah. All the Sony fans are too busy trolling us. They're too busy trolling. They're not gaming. They're doing porn and trolling and talking about numbers. That's all they do.
See, these hoes ain't loyal. See, I went in the comment section and I did the going.
Oh yeah, you know what we didn't talk about?
What?
That buggy, sketchy update.
Okay. The reason why I didn't really know about this thing, what you call this new Sony thing? The new
Air Studio or whatever it is.
Yeah, the Upload Studio, but it's breaking console.
Why I didn't do it because I seen if some people in Bang Bang. Shout out to all the ponies in Bang Bang too. Let them do. They take all the abuse from the Xbox.
They so
that's because a couple people in my group they PlayStation 4's brick, and that's why I didn't update mine. You know what I mean? Doesn't my shit update automatically? Because I think if you got Plus, it does that shit automatically. My shit is hooked up to the internet, so I probably got to update the damn self.
Well, see, a lot of people think that these brick consoles and these updates don't actually do that. They're like, it's just media or a couple people. I've seen a lot of people in my Twitter feed, because I follow people that own PlayStation 4s. They just aren't ponies, you know what I mean? They're fine, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't care if you like the PlayStation 4, but just don't sit there and try to tell me why I should buy one or like one or whatever, or bullshit me about it.
Hey, yo,
and these people...
I dare they tell you some shit like that, huh? Crap.
Oh, dude, they ain't gonna tell me shit, man. They know better. You know, whenever something goes wrong, the first thing I tweet to them is "greatness awaits," right? You know what I mean? They're like, damn,
hey.
man, my PlayStation 4 is giving me an error. I'm like, that's that greatness for you.
They don't have any candy, baby.
Hey, man, that I mean, it's another slogan they got too that I like that I think is funny. Sony make believe.
Yeah, Sony make believe.
Make believe.
Please
make us believe, Sony. We clicking our hoods for you.
By the game in the next couple of weeks. Look out for that. All right, we got some questions in here. Okay, we got your one stop for gamers. He said y'all can put your own shit on. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he's talking about the Share
Okay, I'm sorry.
music.
So it does play your own music. I didn't know that. Okay, thank you.
But you still have to abide by the YouTube rules if you're going to upload something to YouTube, which they don't hardly allow you to upload anything.
Yeah. Okay, all right. No shit, but that's real crappy and suck ass. You have to flip the ACC off and on. Like that's really stupid as hell, Sony. That's some dumb shit. I'd rather they would have did it. Just wait till they had the shit complete. So that's some half-ass shit right there. That's not. That's one thing about Microsoft. When they give us our update, they don't half-ass it, you know what I mean? That's just half-ass shit right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, well, look at what Microsoft does. They have people, like, I'm always in the beta, so I'm always getting the previews before anybody else. Yeah. So they work out all the shit, like, beforehand. So before it hits the masses, there's, like, a good group of people that have been testing these things out.
Sony should do also. If, you know, because Sony's known for copying shit. I heard everybody get notifications now, finally, after so many years. Everybody get notifications like when your friends sign online, you get a boop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they should let their, PlayStation Plus members, whatever fuck, or Premier users, try out, their updates before it hit in the masses, so they won't have this big scramble to go fix shit. And motherfuckers are pissed off. That's what they should do.
Yeah. Like, do you remember how many times last generation the PS3 got one of those terrible updates and it started bricking consoles? Like, I was afraid to update my console a lot of the time because you weren't sure what you were going to get. Sony's not a software company, and it shows, you know what I'm saying? They don't have good software. You can have the really beast piece of hardware, but if you don't got good software running it, you got dick.
Well, yeah, well, that's why I said about, and I caught shit for this. Why I said, when the Wii U jokers, they say they don't need third party, and I said, why do you think? Again, that's what made the PlayStation 2 and 1 so dope, because they had great third party support. And with the Wii U, that's what made the NES, the Super Nintendo, had great games. So where it ruled Sega because it had great third party support.
Yeah.
Now, now you look at the motherfucking. Well, shit, that's why the motherfucking think about how powerful the TurboGrafx 16 was. They didn't have any fucking software, they couldn't keep up with, with Nintendo and with Sega as far as third-party games. They didn't have that many, you know what I mean? The TurboGrafx 16 was a kick-ass system. You guys probably don't remember that, but
I had one, dude. What are you talking about, man? Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Revenge. Let me think. Keith Courage. I still have my copy of Keith.
I have mine too. China Warrior. I still got all that shit.
Yeah, dude.
I still have all that shit, but no, maybe like you said, you need software to move. I mean, the indies is cool, but I mean, I don't want. Man, go sit down, leave me alone.
The thing that annoys me about the whole indie thing is when have we ever seen people review indie games or talk about indie games in this manner before Sony started trying to be like the cool guys about indies, you know what I mean? Like last generation, when Microsoft had their own indie movement and all this stuff, and indies have been around for a long time, but they were never treated like this until Sony started saying indies, indies, indies.
You know what? The hypocrisy.
Yeah, the hypocrisy is annoying because.
I'm sorry, I'm not but that's.
Yeah, because you just see it like, oh, they're like indies, 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 and guess what? Indies were around. Sony didn't invent indies. Sony hated indies last gen, and yet now they get like treated like they're gold or something. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I'm not sure that indies should be reviewed in the same level as some of the bigger games because I feel like that's unfair because you're not going to review like a little 2-hour stupid indie game the same way you would, a 20-hour RPG or something. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a big difference there. And quality, and I think that it's a disservice to fans and stuff because you see something like Resogun, which is this little stupid, brightly colored, scrolling shooter, and it gets high ratings and stuff. But is somebody going to see that and say, hey, that's a reason to buy a PlayStation 4? I don't think so.
No, Resogun is a really good game. You know what I mean? It's a good game. I like those type of games, but again, when you think about next generation, look at the 360. I'm just being real. That has a shitload of indies. We got indies. It was every Wednesday we got a brand new indie on the 360. You know? Every fucking Wednesday, a $5 game. But I didn't like the fact them games were from $5 to $10 to fucking $15. When the 360 first dropped the arcade, and we just called them arcade games, they were all fucking $5. That shit went from $5 to $10 to $15 fucking dollars. God damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, have you seen how like that? What is that? That damn Suit game, Zero Suit or whatever? It's an indie game, but it's like $15-$20, man. How the hell is that an indie game if it's $15-$20?
And I don't know who the fuck Microsoft. If you're listening, your arcade titles cost like even Curse of the Brotherhood. It's $20 fucking dollars. It's a good game, but that motherfucker's $20. You know what I mean? That's a lot of motherfucking dinero for a little bullshit ass game, man.
Actually, Max the Curse of the Brotherhood was $15.
Oh, I thought it was 20.
No, it was 15, dude. It was like, and they did lower some like Loco Cycle and shit, but yeah, like $20 is a little bit too much for like arcade titles.
Okay, wait. Hey, shout out to White Boy Thor, this racist motherfucker. He said, I don't trust anybody that you can blindfold with dental falls. Some of the Japanese. God damn. He don't trust anybody blindfold with dental falls. Oh my God. That's some racist shit. He said, you slanted eyes motherfucker. Said you can blindfold with dental falls. God damn. Okay, we got a good question here. That's some racist shit there. Alright, what's this guy's name is here? Hold up. Yeah, we answered about the share frag. I just had a good question. They're coming in now. Hold up. Somebody just asked me, I'm going to find your name. Hold on, I'm going to find your name. What do we think about Nintendo's new rumored console and what do we expect from it? I'm going to find the guy's name. I'm going to shout him out. Hold up. I just found your name. But anyway, you want to go?
About their new console?
Rumored new console, yeah. And
I don't think they're gonna. If they were gonna announce a new console, they would take the stage.
I don't know. Well, what happened was that when they put up their thing for the EP Digital, it said there clear as day, new console, new Wii. You know, I don't know if it's a remodeled unit. You know.
Yeah, what if it's just a smaller unit or something? They're known for that. What if they just want to put out a more cost-effective one? The only reason why I say that is because you take the stage if you have a new piece of hardware. I think, you know what I mean. I just don't think that it could just be. Remember, they said they were going to come out with a life-changing console or a life-improving console or something like that, or a piece of hardware. I mean, who knows with Nintendo? But I would think that maybe it's a redesigned Wii that's going to be a little bit more cost-effective or whatever.
What, a Wii? A Wii U?
Wii U, yeah, Wii U. My bad.
I'll talk. Shout out to Fat Gamer. I spoke to Fat Gamer today, and he said that he showed me a link, and they posted maybe a rumor that the Wii U is doing a redesigned Wii U tablet, more smaller, better to fit in your hands. But if they do show a new console, and here's the thing I'm gonna say, even though like I said, I do have a problem with Nintendo. You know, it's not saying it's always about power, and there's no way like Nintendo. I just don't like their policies. Like they're just too fucking strict. They're just like you put on a console that Game invites. It's not even mandatory. So why the fuck have a friends list if you can't play the games with the guys on your list? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's real. Like I played Dr. Trey and fucking Tekken. He had to search my match. I had to make it a private. I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? And the fact that they put out a console, next generation console, that really can't run the next generation engine. So again, exclusives are cool, but I say you get exclusive once every 2 months. You know, but you get multiplex every Tuesday. You know what I mean? It's not enough. That's the reason why Nintendo's not taking the big stage. I don't think they have enough games to fill up for an hour, 90 minutes. It's being real. But they're going to show again. They're going to show Mario Kart again. We saw that last year. They're going to show Smash Brothers.
Hey, we're talking about repeating shit. I mean, how much you want to make a bet that Sony doesn't show the new Assassin's Creed at theirs? They're going to show Destiny again. You know what I'm saying? They're going to show the same shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm just really with Nintendo. Like you going to show another Mario All-Star game? You know what I mean? Like, god damn, I'm just Nintendo with the same shit. How come fucking Zelda doesn't have a dialogue? Why the fuck Link don't talk? It's fucking 2014. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I brought that up one time because my younger brother's a big Zelda fan, and he said that Nintendo believes that it would ruin the illusion or whatever. That
who?
I have no idea. I think that they should be doing full voice capture for all that stuff. But
like it's just like god damn, you got all this money, not all this money, but you know, what's the motherfucking crap game? Nintendo got more money than Sony. You know, more money than Microsoft.
They do, man. They got a lot more money than Sony.
They got more money than Microsoft, but Nintendo just, I don't know. Like, I honestly though, I think if by them getting their teeth kicked in this generation as far as their console, if they don't get it when they drop their new console, they might as well get out the hardware business. Like seriously, you know. Because what they're doing right now is not even competing, and they got these fucking Nintendo streamers. Their attach rate as far as the software for their console is horrible. You know, it's like 0.2 games or some shit. Like these Nintendo fans, they're not even buying any fucking software for the goddamn machine.
Yeah,
that's crazy. How you gonna have the Xbox One and the PS4? The PS4 has passed the Wii U in lifetime sales, but you know, with the Xbox One, sell more motherfucking software than your console. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is like, you know, they got way more consoles out there, but their software is just like.
Well, I think
they don't buy games, man. I mean, real talk, they don't buy games. They rent them.
I don't know.
It's a list right now for GameFly, for Infamous, and all that little crap. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? They don't buy games, man. These cats don't buy no games.
You talking about Nintendo guys?
No, I ain't talking about Nintendo. I'm talking about Sony guys.
You know, you don't want to cross the street. You know, I'm just talking about the Wii U, right?
Oh, I don't care, man. I'll sit here in the comments, bro.
Hey, listen, let me tell you some funny shit, y'all guys, off topic. Let me tell you some funny shit, right? At my old job, man, when I say it was a funny ass job, I'll make a long story short, right? I had this guy named Rick that worked for me, right? And at my old job in North, we used to bet about everything. And everything had to be a bet, right? I don't give a fuck what it was. If we seen two dogs, I bet you that dog was faster than that dog. But to make a long story short, this motherfucker was going around telling everybody that Rerun was Holly Berry's father. Because, you know, his name was Fred Berry. His name was Fred Berry. And he was saying that Rerun was Holly Berry's father. So I'm like, where the fuck you get this from? I said, everybody, oh, she do look at him because Fred Berry did have a white wife or whatever the fuck. So I said, I ain't never heard that shit before, Rick. So who told you that, Rick? He said, my grandfather. I said, nah, first bet $50 right now. So this motherfucker called his grandfather, check this shit out. Put his grandfather in the speakerphone. He said, hey, granddad. He said, huh? He said, granddad, it's me, Rick. Oh, what's up? Any rerun Holly Berry father? He said, this was his grandfather. He said, huh? Who? Fight on the job? Put money on it. I said, nah. Rerun, Holly Berry, put money on that too. Click, price is right. It's my grandfather's see now. I said, what the fuck was that, Rick? I said, God damn. That motherfucker said, fight on the job. I said, how the fuck you get Holly Berry and fight on the job? I said, oh man, Rick, give my $50, man. But anyway, fucking
wow.
But you know, as far as Nintendo like fans, you know, with this whole this way the third party is out, they're just it's an Illuminati. The third party is out, and the whole industry is against Nintendo. I think, you know, Nintendo fans are the worst thing right now for Nintendo, especially Nintendo apologists. You know what I mean? Because, you know, they make excuses for everything that Nintendo do. Every fucking thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I started fucking with these ponies. I was saying, how the fuck did y'all put out a console in 2012 that don't have fucking voice chat? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even Alpha Traders did a video, and I'm not dissing this guy. But thank you, thank you, Nintendo, for giving us voice chat. Man, why the fuck you had to thank somebody for fucking voice chat? It's 2014. It's what we doing right now. That's when, you know, they level expectation for Nintendo was so fucking low when you can do a fucking video thanking them for voice chat. In a fucking, that's when you know the fucking, you know, the expectation level for Nintendo was that fucking low. I said, damn, I wasn't gonna do a video, but I said, man, you know, but it's seriously though. When you had to thank them for voice chat inside of fucking Mario Kart, that's fucking crazy, man. You know, that's fucking crazy. But we got any more questions in this motherfucker? We can sign this motherfucker out. We have asked a few more questions. We got 3 good ones. So we got here. Let me refresh the page, man. What we got here? What we got?
Hey, I like to see that Showstopper's getting a lot of hate now too. It's not just me.
Where do you see all that at? I only see like one person.
This HKUL guy's like, Showstopper's such a retard.
Oh yeah, he always doing it. That dude ain't nothing.
Yo, this motherfucker, your Vito, 125. He said, I'm taking this $250 in my savings account and going to buy some. God damn. Damn.
Okay. Hey, dude, he'd get some change back with that shit, you know?
Okay, the V1 Xeon, I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong. It's V1 Xeon Z. I'm sorry, I know I've chopped your name up. He said, stop, Maya. If Sony did sell PlayStation, who do you think would most likely buy it?
Samsung or Apple.
Yeah.
Samsung, either Apple?
Yeah, either Samsung or Apple.
Apple's some penny pincher motherfucker. I hope Apple would. I think Apple will fuck that company up. If somebody was to buy, the PlayStation brand, I wouldn't mind Microsoft owning the motherfuckers though.
Oh.
Imagine having God of War on the fucking Xbox One, man. Shit. Think about
yeah, well, if Sony were to go third party, I mean, that would be kind of funny, I think.
You know,
hey, imagine getting a Kratos in Smash Brothers for Nintendo or something. That'd be like funny to me, anyway.
Oh man, you just said the fucking. That's another thing. And off top, if Nintendo don't compete, you know, I mean, not that I care about their exclusives, but I think they may do better is putting, besides staying in the hand, putting their fucking other franchises on other platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nintendo game is still live with mommy. Thunderbird, what's up, man? We got here. Hold up.
Good with you, Thunderbird.
We go back to make this new. Stop, Maya. Stop it, little girl. You being bad. Okay, we knew us first. All right, we got 2 more questions. Nintendo needs to stop this bull crap. Maya, get your ass. Get up and stop. Get over there. Knock my damn computer over. All right, we got here. Nintendo Center War is happening. Showstop was beat as a child with no brain. Damn. That's that guy that was.
Where y'all see that at?
That's that HK Well 77 was killing shows crap last week.
Last week, yeah.
As a child, he has no brain cell. Dollar Bill Pac-Man, that's his favorite line, making a long story short. It is, baby. Alright, here we go. Nintendo gamers. I'd rather smoke an Ozy a week than buy Sony. Sorry, it's just a joke. Holy shit, Krabby Mom split you out too. What the fuck? Pop your cherry. Microsoft boss Capcom. What do you think? Mega Man X on X. Okay. Sorry, we got one. This should pop your cherry. Microsoft boss Capcom. What do you think about Mega Man X on the X1? Hell yeah. Think about having playing Mega Man on the Xbox One if Microsoft would play sorry, what to buy Capcom. You guys feel about that?
I think that it would be good for like other places. I don't know if North America is a big Mega Man place anymore.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and you can say what you. The only Mega Man I ever played, honestly, was the one for the NES, the first one. That was the only one. I don't know what Mega Man they're up to, 9, 10, or whatever.
Dude, I don't know how many it works, man. I haven't played Mega Man really since I played one on the PlayStation 1 that was pretty good, and then before that I played ones that were on the NES, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, that question came from that guy D. Alex. Thank you for the question. I couldn't find your name, man. So why the fuck they won't add me to this bitch? Hey, one stop for gamers, man. You don't want to come in here with us, man.
No.
I see him tomorrow. Why we won't add him to the what? Why you won't add him to the sky? How you want? What my ad bring when you just cursing, crapping everybody out, man?
Yeah, that why I got time for that crap.
Motherfucker, you sound like a motherfucker. I told you, sound like a dog howling at the moon, man. This motherfucker, I'm telling you, you're trying to act like Bond. Every time somebody drop a video, you talking about crap. That wasn't even crap in the last video, man. What the fuck? All right, we got any one last question? Any more questions? Sony's destroying a precious shit box. Okay, Sony ain't destroying nothing but themselves. One last question. Oh, I don't see any more questions here.
Hey, let's shout out this Yomo Flowtech guy. He's like,
oh yeah, that dude cool.
Man, yeah, he always checks out my channel. Yeah, he's always like, you know, I wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out there. Yeah, man, he's always supporting on my videos and stuff too. So
shout him out. I got a question. Let me end with this, okay? I somebody to shout out to Ali. He just sent me a message via Facebook. What do you think about Microsoft rumor costs of the Xbox One being $800? You know, the Xbox One being $820 in China. What do you guys think about that? Come here, Maya.
I think that's I think that's not true because what a joke that would be. But anyway, I think that from the one of the articles that I read originally, because I was one of the first people to come out with that story like a while ago. I ran with that. Not only is the Xbox One supposed to be cheaper there, but the games are $10 cheaper there too. So the games are only $50 there as opposed to $60.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I don't know if that 820 was that their money or. I don't think that's American money.
I don't. There's no way that can be American money because they could just import it.
Yeah, they
did that price.
Yeah. I don't think that is correct. Okay, well, that's about it. You guys want to say that before we close the shop up?
Let's see. Man, not really, man. It's been a really good week, man. I'm up like 3,400 subscribers, almost 3,500, and you know, I've been dropping videos like every day, man. I really appreciate all the support, man. But I'll remind everybody, man, that I stay out of the drama stuff. So if you guys come to me looking to name drop and grow your channels with hate, that's not what I do, man. I like to clown. I like to clown on the Sony fans, like the hardcore ponies. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I do it for fun. You know, I get paid to do it. You know, it's fun for me. But I'm not going to name drop or argue with people and things like that to grow your channel. So I would advise people just to stop doing that. I don't give a shit about the whole exposed type thing. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't bother me. I have fun with it. So, yeah, man.
Are you taking shots at One Stop for Gamers as we taking shots at?
I don't know, man.
Bang.
Hey, somebody does mention him in the comment section. He says, I love what One Stop. He said, this is what, what's it say, okay then, 22 okay. He says, I love what One Stop, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger, used to store his game stuff. He hangs empty shoe boxes on the walls, then claps them together.
Who's that? What did he say?
He says that One Stop, aka Freddy Krueger, uses shoe boxes to put his games in, and he hangs them on the walls or whatever. He says he thinks Mr. Bill Collector needs to start worrying less on $500 consoles and start buying some real shelves.
Hey, how you gonna get some man One Stop for Gamers like that, man?
That's cold-blooded, man.
Damn, I'm telling you, man, the gloves is off, man. Alright, well, yeah, man, this is your boy Nxtgen. Thank you guys that came out and watched it live. Appreciate all the love and support. And again, we do not hate Sony. And you know, hate is such a harsh word. We're just talking about video games. I got a question for you. Isn't that a statement before we go? honestly, why do you feel the need to defend your favorite console? Like, I don't understand. Craziest shit ever. You know, 1,000 people do videos about Microsoft, and I don't give a shit. You would never see me out there making a video about anything anybody else does on their channel that I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's the craziest shit ever. You know, you call yourself not to be and I'm not saying anyone in particular, but I'm just saying that, you know, why do you really care about what someone else does on their own channel? You know what I mean? Or why you feel the need to, if Prep Gamer says something about Sony, you feel the need to frog your camera and disrespect this man, you know, because he said something about your favorite company. Like, god damn, you know, let me know when Microsoft or Sony start cutting your checks. You know, I just think you know, it just doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, it'd be like, you know.
Hey, I gotta take Dark Holy slogan. They do it for the views.
That's the silliest shit ever, man.
They do it for the views.
I mean, that has to be it, because at the end of the day, it's like, if every time we watch something in life that pissed us off and we made a video about it,
that's the silliest stuff ever.
You know, I mean, that doesn't really make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather, like, the YouTube community not be like that, but it is what it is. But, you know, and I didn't even realize that till recently.
I told you that was gonna come.
Yeah.
I told you, man, you know, not saying I'm fucking a talent agent or anything, a talent scout. Before you started fucking with me, you didn't have, you know, anything. I told Showstopper the same thing. Like, soon you start doing this shit, man, you want to attract the weirdos. Not calling anybody weird, but, and I will say this, I have been guilty of that in the past. But like when I first came to YouTube, my thing was, because I swear to God, my right-handed God, I did not know that grown men played the Wii. I swear to God. You know, where I'm from, you know what I mean? I don't know, either you played on the PS3, you bought a Wii was for your kids. I didn't know that Nintendo had a real community for adults that played the fucking Wii. I'm not trolling, this is the guys on the truth, you know what I mean? So I just come here making fun of Dr. Trey and all of them, you know what I mean, just fucking geeking off Sony, you know, off Nintendo. I didn't understand that shit, you know what I mean? But I would never go out if whoever, Card 8 or Broken Domes, any of those guys saying, look, Microsoft is failing, they losing money. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Like, Microsoft don't pay me enough money to defend them, you know what I mean? We might do a podcast to talk about it, you know, amongst each other, you know, dispute and think it's funny, but I'm not going to disrespect nobody for what they talk about on their channel. That's your channel.
That's your channel.
Hey, especially when you try and disrespect somebody and it's not even them. I mean, that's even worse, I think. At least make sure the person you're calling out fucking is the person, you know?
No, that wasn't me. That was hell. That was, man. You know, if you say you're about the game, be about the games, man. Man, ain't about nobody. Anyway, it's your boy Nxtgen 720, man. Thank you guys for watching our show live. We appreciate it. This is not the podcast. John Doe was not off the podcast. Somebody said, why you get rid of Doe? John Doe's been here since day one. It's not just something we just got together.
Just something,
It's not, you know, I mean, it was a podcast, but, you know, Doe ain't answer the phone. Called his ass. But anyway, we out here. Watching this. It is what it is. Peace.
Yeah.